Let me ask you something simple. What time did you wake up today? Was it 7 a.m., 8 a.m., maybe even later? Now imagine waking up before the world wakes up, before the noise, before the notifications, before the chaos of the day even begins. Imagine opening your eyes at 5:0 the morning, when everything around you is silent. No messages, no pressure, no distractions, just you. That quiet moment is something most people never experience. And the truth is, that quiet moment can completely change your life. Most people say they don't have time. They say they are too busy. They say their schedules are full. They say life moves too fast. But the real problem isn't time. The real problem is how the day begins. When you wake up at the same time as everyone else, the world immediately demands your attention. Your phone lights up, messages appear, emails start coming in, people want something from you, and before you even take a breath, your focus is already gone. But when you wake up early, something powerful happens. You take back control. Those early morning hours belong to you, and that changes everything. There is a reason many of the most successful people in the world wake up early. Writers, entrepreneurs, athletes, leaders. Throughout history, people who changed the world often started their day before sunrise. Why? Because early mornings create space for thinking. They create space for planning. They create space for becoming the person you want to be. At 5 a.m., the world is quiet, and quiet is powerful. In today's world, silence is rare. We are constantly surrounded by noise, phones buzzing, videos playing, people talking, endless information flooding our minds. But early in the morning, something different happens. Your mind is fresh, your thoughts are clear, your energy is untouched by the stress of the day. That is why the early morning can become the most productive time you have. But waking up early isn't just about productivity, it's about identity. Every decision you make today is shaping who you become tomorrow. Think about that. When your alarm goes off, you are making a decision. You are deciding who you want to be, the person who stays comfortable, or the person who grows. Because the truth is simple. Comfort builds nothing. Growth always begins with discomfort. Getting out of bed early is not easy. Your body wants to stay warm. Your mind wants to stay relaxed. Your bed feels safe. But that moment, that exact moment, is where discipline is built. When you get up anyway, something inside you changes. You prove to yourself that you are capable of doing hard things. And that proof builds confidence. Confidence doesn't come from motivation. Confidence comes from evidence. Evidence that you keep your promises to yourself. Evidence that you follow through. Evidence that you show up even when it's difficult. And waking up early is one of the simplest ways to build that evidence. When the sun hasn't risen yet, and most people are still asleep, you already have an advantage. Not because you are smarter, not because you are more talented, but because you started earlier. Those early hours allow you to do things that most people never make time for. You can move your body. Exercise wakes up your entire system. It increases oxygen to the brain. It releases chemicals that boost your mood and sharpen your focus. Within minutes, your energy begins to rise. Next, you can feed your mind. Read something that expands your thinking. Listen to something that inspires you. Spend time learning something new. Your brain is incredibly powerful early in the morning because it has just finished resting. Sleep actually cleans and restores the brain. Which means when you wake up, your mind is ready to perform. And when you protect that time, you start the day stronger than most people ever do. But there is another important part of early mornings. Reflection. This is when you can sit quietly and ask yourself important questions. What kind of person do I want to become? What do I want to achieve? What truly matters to me? Without distractions, your mind can finally focus on what is important. This is the time when clarity grows, and clarity leads to better decisions. Many people say they are not morning people, but most of the time that belief is simply a habit. Your body can adapt faster than you think. If you wake up early consistently for just a few days, your internal clock begins to shift. Your energy starts adjusting. Your mind becomes sharper earlier in the day. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but growth always feels uncomfortable at first. That discomfort is not a sign to stop. It is a sign that change is happening. And once your body adapts, the early morning becomes something you look forward to, because it becomes your advantage. A private window of time where you can build yourself, without interruption, without pressure, without the world pulling you in every direction. And those quiet hours start creating powerful momentum. You begin the day with progress. You begin the day with discipline. You begin the day feeling accomplished before most people even open their eyes. That feeling carries into everything you do. Your focus improves. Your confidence grows. Your productivity increases. Not because you worked harder, but because you started stronger. And when you repeat that process day after day, something amazing happens. Small wins begin stacking together. One good morning leads to another. One disciplined day leads to another. One step forward leads to another. And slowly, your life begins to change. Not overnight, but consistently, because success rarely comes from one big moment. Success is usually built in quiet moments that no one sees. Moments like early mornings. Moments when most people are sleeping, but you are working on becoming better. So if you feel stuck, if you feel like life isn't moving forward, if you feel like you need a change, try something simple. Wake up earlier. Not because it sounds impressive, but because it gives you something incredibly valuable. Time with yourself, time to think, time to grow. Time to become the person you know you can be. And remember this, the way you begin your morning often decides how you live your entire day. Win the morning, and you start winning your life.